Hey, just jamming out on my favorite things. It's one of my favorite songs during the holiday season. All right, cool. We're back for our next lesson for keyboards. My name is Mr. Harris, and I hope you guys have been practicing. All right, so in the last class, we went over two black notes. To the left is C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C in terms of how to find the notes, right? What we didn't talk about were sharps and flats. Now, first thing I want you to recognize and remember is that sharps always go up. Flats go, guess what? Just like a flat tire, boop, it goes down. So whenever I say flat, you always go down. Whenever I say sharp, you always go up. So let's look at a note, for example. So we know how to find C. So this is our C. Two black notes to the left, we know it's C, right? So if I want to go and say play a C flat, forget the fact that says B on it, it's the next note down. So now that becomes a C flat. If I said play a C sharp, what's the next note up? Don't go to that one because there's a note here. Boop. So these black notes, each one is a note and they all are very, very important. So don't skip over any notes when we do sharps and flats, right? So let's go to a G, for example. So I got to first find G. Two black notes to the left, there's my C, D, E, F, there's my G, right? Everybody's there? So now if I want to play a G sharp, where do I go? I go up, boop. Now you say, hey, Mr. Harris, I see an A flat there, all right? You know why? Because there's an A here. And somebody wrote A flat, but this A flat can also be a G sharp. It's an A flat because down from A, it's a flat. Up from G, it's a sharp. So here's a G. If I go down and say play a G flat, boop, that would be my G flat. But Mr. Harris, there's an F sharp there. Because someone wrote F sharp because they were going up from F. So up from F is an F sharp. Okay? Let's try, let's apply, here's our E. All right? So how do you know it's the E? Two black notes to the left is C, D, E. And what do you want to play? All right, so we'll play E flat. E flat, the next note down. Boop. There's my E flat. All right, somebody wrote that in because they were looking at that. All right, next note up. If I say play an E sharp, boop, that's the next note. So your sharp is always the next note going up. Your flat is always the next note going down. All right, so now we know what a sharp is. We know what a flat is. So now we can learn a new scale today. All right. So in the last class, if you haven't, go back to the last one, we learned the C major scale. Today, I want us to learn the F major scale. So whenever you do your scales, here's the first thing I tell everyone to do, right? Just write the letters first, and don't worry about the sharps and flats. So if we're going to do an F major scale, that means we're always going to start with F. Makes sense, right? F major scale, we start with F. Then we do the alphabets. Same thing, F, G, what's next? Then we go to A, right? B, C, D, E, and we're right back to what? We're right back to F. Because remember, there are 8, really 7, because F repeats itself. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 steps within the scale, all right? And F repeats itself at 8. It's called an octave, all right? So now, are there any sharps or any flats in the key of F? Anybody out there know the answer? I wish I could hear you speak back to me, but I can't. But I know someone out there said B flat. Yeah, I feel it. I just felt it, right? You're right. So I go to F, G, A, B, flat. So what does that mean, Mr. Harris? That means when you play all these notes, when you get to B, you don't play the B natural anymore. You're going to play the B flat. So let's look at that up here. So 3 black notes to the left, there's my F. So my scale is going to start on F. We already say we do F, G, A, but I don't play the B. I'm going to skip over the B, and I'm going to play the B flat. Then I go to C, D, E, and I'm back to F. I come backwards and do the same thing. F, E, D, C, B flat, A, G, F. All right? Here's what it looks like. So the fingering, I don't want to confuse you too much, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I can draw a hand, no laughing, please. I said no laughing. I didn't even draw it yet, and you're already laughing, right? So that's my thumb. Oh, it's a fat thumb. Finger. That's only 4 fingers, right? I need one more pinky or something here. All right. There's my hand. Right? So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that poor pinky. Let's at least get the pinky a nail or something, right? That's a 5. All right. So that's the 5. So here's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I do the scale, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that looks like this for the F. So I got to first on the F, 1, 2, 3 to the left, 3 black notes to the left is F. And I go, I don't play the B, I play the B flat. Once I get to B flat, it's very easy to bring that thumb over to C. So let's do it fast so you can hear it. Not fast, but just a little bit more quicker. Come backwards. You've heard that scale before. We did it in C, remember? Now we're doing it in F. Once again. We come backwards, start on the 4 again. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right? So that's our F scale. You already know the C. So now here's what I like for you to practice and put them both together. Now, we talked about this before. This is a percussion instrument. So you need to get used to the right hand doing something and the left hand sometimes doing something different. This may take some practice. Don't get frustrated. So I want you to take one finger and on the C. So we'll start with the C scale first, then we go to the F. This is playing quarter notes. 1, and we'll talk about that in a second. The right hand is going to do twice as fast, like this. All right, let's try that. Starting on the C. I'll slow it down a little bit. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. What are you talking about with those numbers, Mr. Harris? Once again, for the C, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's jump to the F. All right, there's my F note. The fingering is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing. 2, ready, and. All right, let's try another one. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, and you can go as slow as you want. So let's go a little bit slower to make sure that everybody's on board. One more time in the key of F. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the F major scale. Now, for those of us who learn really, really quick or you practice a lot, right? So either you learn quick or you practice a lot, you get there the same way, right? The more you practice, the better you get. Bounce back and forth to the 2. So go to the C scale, then the F scale. All right, I'm gonna do that one time so I can keep moving on, but it'll sound like this, right? So the C scale is. Then we go to the F. Go back to C. The beauty in doing that, it gets your eyes and your hands and your coordinations back to bouncing back and forth till you know it. All right, so that's the C scale and the F scale, right? So now I want to do a little bit of this because I was talking about notation. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a self-taught piano player. People don't realize that. I went to college for music. Drums was my main instrument. However, I took piano lessons for about 3 weeks. When I was a kid, I hated it. And the reason why I hated it is because the person kept, old school, they smack your hand when you make a mistake. And they made it sound so difficult. The reading of music, oh my God, it was so hard. But they didn't have to make it hard. They could have simplified it. I just didn't have a great teacher. Aren't you lucky you have me? Right. So I'm going to do this really, 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 really quick. All right. 1 more minute. You're going to learn how to read quarter notes in 1 minute. All right. So that's a quarter note. Quarter note gets 1 beat. So when I was patting my foot, ding, bing, those are quarter notes, right? So I can put 4 in a measure in 4/4 time. So there's 1 quarter note, 2 quarter notes, 3 quarter note, 4 quarter notes. That's another quarter note, and that's gonna be a quarter note rest, that little squiggly line, right? That's another quarter note, so I only got 3 beats. Bam, what are you talking about, Mr. Harris? That's beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. I need 4 beats in a measure in 4/4 time, all right? 1 beat, 2 beats, 3 beats, 4 beats. I'm gonna trick you, I'm gonna trick you, I'll trick you later. Bam, put this one here, boop, and here's what I'm gonna trick you at. Bam, 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 and get rid of that for a second. So now all these have 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So either I'm gonna hit or I'm gonna miss, but I have to count. So this is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest, 3, 4, 1, 2, rest, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4. I bet you can do this right now. Y'all ready? Here we go. 1, I'm gonna count 2. I'm gonna say ready, go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest, 3, 4, 1, 2, rest, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4. If you got mixed up, you know why? You weren't counting. Because as long as you keep counting, you'll always be right there, whether you play or not. One last time, all right, before I say goodbye. Matter of fact, I'm going to teach you one last thing today, too. These 2 beautiful dots. Those dots mean I repeat it. I play it again, right? All right, so these are called bar lines. This is a bar in the middle. 2 bar lines mean stop. Like at the end of a sentence, you put what? A period. Right. Same thing here. If I put 2 dots, that means I'm going to play the whole thing over again. All right? So let's try this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest, 3, 4, 1, 2, rest, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest, 3, 4, 1, 2, rest, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4. Ha! How many of you guys did it? All right. Some of you made a mistake and you forgot the repeat sign. I know. All right, but I was there and you guys caught up. That's it for today. All right, so real quick review and I'm gonna say goodbye to you. All right, this is called time signature right here, 4/4, 4 beats in a measure. These lines are called bar lines. The space in between the bar lines are called bars, or we can call them measures. 2 lines mean stop, right? 2 dots mean what? Repeat. Repeat what? Repeat the whole thing, man. The whole thing. You play it all over again. All right? Listen, this is really, really cool. At the end of the day, I got to tell you guys the same thing. Practice, practice, practice. So I gave you a 10-minute lesson. You practice for an hour, you'll be better than me and what I gave you. All right? See you next lesson. Ciao.